Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech Talk Central. I'm Nathan,
I'm Sarah.
and today we are diving deep.
Into.
Into the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra versus the OnePlus 13.
Woo.
Which one is the best advanced smartphone?
Yeah. Which one should you get?
This is a question we get all the time,
All the time.
and there are a lot of specs and features to consider.
So me.
It can be really overwhelming trying to figure out which phone is actually right for you.
It really can.
But don't worry,
We gotcha.
we're going to break it all down,
We are.
make sense of all the tech jargon, and hopefully at the end of this, you'll be able to decide which one is right for you.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
And we're going to start with network compatibility,
Okay.
because this is something that could be a deal breaker right out of the gate,
Right away.
especially for our U.S. listeners.
Yes. Especially in the U.S.
So, Sarah, what's the scoop on the OnePlus 13?
Okay. So the OnePlus 13 is a GSM-only device,
Okay.
which means if you are in the U.S., you are going to be locked out of carriers like Verizon, Sprint, and U.S. Cellular.
Oh, wow.
So if you are with one of those carriers, the OnePlus 13 is unfortunately off the table.
Right.
Doesn't matter how great all the other features are if you can't even connect to a network.
Yeah, that's so important.
It is.
You got to check that compatibility first
Before you even look at anything else.
before you get your heart set on a phone.
Exactly.
And for our international listeners or anyone who is on the compatible GSM network,
Yeah.
the OnePlus 13 actually has really extensive global band support, right?
It does. It supports a range of 2G, 3G, 4G, and even 5G bands.
Wow.
So it's ready to roam.
It's a world traveler.
It is.
All right, so how does the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra compare?
The S25 Ultra is the unlocked champion,
Okay.
compatible with all carriers, GSM or CDMA.
Grace.
It's ready to go
All right, so round one goes to the S25 Ultra,
for flexibility.
especially in the US.
Yeah.
All right, but let's move on to the brains of the operation.
Okay. The brain.
The operating system and the processor.
All right.
Now, I know that both phones are running on the latest Android 15,
They are.
but there's a little nuance there.
There is a nuance.
Yeah.
Samsung is promising up to 7 major Android upgrades for the S25 Ultra.
Whoa.
Think about that. You could potentially be using this phone for years
Wow.
and still be on the latest software,
Incredible.
getting all the new features, all the security updates.
And that's going to save you money in the long run,
exactly.
because you're not going to feel pressured to upgrade
Right.
just to stay current.
Exactly.
All right, so how about the processors?
Yeah.
What are we working with here?
So both phones are sporting the Snapdragon 8 Elite.
Ooh. Okay.
This is basically the engine of the phone.
right.
It makes everything run smoothly and quickly.
Yeah.
So like opening apps,
Uh,
playing those graphics intensive games, it's going to be a good time.
so you get that snappy, responsive experience on both phones.
Yes, you are.
All right, so that's good news.
Good.
Let's talk about something that everyone loves to talk about,
Ooh.
the cameras.
The cameras, yes.
And the Samsung S25 Ultra is boasting some serious megapixel power.
It is.
200 megapixels,
200.
if I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken. That is like a professional grade camera in your pocket.
Whoa.
Think about that. Super detailed landscape shots.
Uh-huh.
You can crop in on a photo without losing any sharpness.
That's amazing.
It is.
But I do have a question.
Yeah,
Doesn't that mean that the photos are going to take up a ton of storage space?
that's a valid concern. But the S25 Ultra uses some very clever compression techniques
Okay.
to keep those file sizes manageable. Plus, with storage options up to 512 gigabytes, you've got plenty of room to play with.
Okay, that makes sense. So how does the OnePlus 13's camera stack up?
All right, so the OnePlus 13
Mm.
features a triple 50-megapixel camera setup.
Okay.
You got your main lens, your telephoto, and your ultra-wide.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot of versatility for different shots, but for sheer resolution power,
Yeah.
the S25 Ultra takes the cake.
Okay, but megapixels aren't everything, right?
No, they're not.
What about zoom capabilities?
Okay, so the S25 Ultra offers 3 times and 5 times optical zoom.
Okay.
And if you're feeling adventurous, there's up to 100 times digital zoom.
Wow. 100 times.
That's like having a telescope in your phone.
Wow, that's amazing.
The OnePlus 13 offers a 3 times optical zoom.
Okay.
Still great for getting closer to the action,
Mhm.
but not quite in the same league as the S25 Ultra.
All right, so for those epic panoramic shots
Yeah.
or those moments when you really need to zoom in,
Yeah.
it sounds like the S25 Ultra might be the way to go. Now, the S25 Ultra also has something called the Supervision Engine,
Yes.
powered by AI.
AI.
What is that all about?
Okay, so this is like having a personal photo editor in your phone.
Oh, okay.
The AI analyzes your photos in real time and enhances the clarity and detail.
So it's doing all the work for you.
It's doing a lot of the work for you.
That's great.
Even in challenging lighting conditions.
Right.
It's like magic.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about displays.
Okay, displays.
What are we working with here in terms of size and quality?
All right, so the OnePlus 13 has a 6.82-inch AMOLED display.
Okay.
Really nice crisp resolution.
Uh-huh.
But the S25 Ultra
Yeah.
steals the show with a slightly larger 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display.
So it's a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
Okay, and how does that affect, like, the viewing experience?
It's more immersive,
Okay.
more engaging.
Uh-huh.
The colors just pop
Wow.
on that dynamic AMOLED screen.
And speaking of immersive,
Yes.
the S25 Ultra also has the S Pen,
The S Pen.
which is a feature that really sets it apart.
Absolutely.
So for people who don't know,
Yeah.
what is the S Pen and what can you do with it?
Okay, so the S Pen is like having a magic wand and a notepad built right into your phone.
Whoa.
You can jot down notes, you can sketch ideas, you can even sign documents,
Wow.
all with incredible precision.
That's amazing.
It's really cool.
All right, let's move on to storage and RAM.
Okay, storage and RAM.
What are our options for both phones?
All right, so the OnePlus 13 comes with 256 gigabytes of storage
Okay.
and 12 gigabytes of RAM. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra
Uh-huh.
offers you a choice.
Okay.
You can either get 256 gigabytes or 512 gigabytes of storage, both with 12 gigabytes of RAM.
Now, for those who might not be familiar with these terms, can you break down why these specs are so important?
Yes, definitely. Okay, so RAM is basically your phone's short-term memory.
Okay.
The more RAM you have, the more apps you can have open at once without things slowing down.
Okay.
So 12 gigabytes on both these phones is like having a super efficient personal assistant
Nice.
who can juggle multiple tasks effortlessly.
I like that. So you're going to be able to seamlessly switch between apps,
Yes,
play games, stream video, all without any lag.
exactly.
And storage is like your phone's filing cabinet.
Yes.
It's where everything lives.
All your apps, your photos, your videos, your music, all of it.
So with those high storage options,
Yeah,
you're going to have plenty of space.
absolutely.
All right, and finally,
Yes.
the question on everyone's mind,
What's that?
battery life.
Battery life.
Who wants a phone that dies in the middle of the day?
No one.
Absolutely not. So the OnePlus 13
Yes.
comes prepared with a massive 6,000 milliamp hour battery.
That's a big battery.
It's a huge battery. So you're talking binge watching videos, playing games, scrolling through social media.
All day long. No problem.
That's incredible.
It is.
The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra
Uh-huh.
has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery,
Okay.
which is still very respectable.
Very respectable.
But Samsung is also talking about AI-powered battery optimization.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So it's not just about the size of the battery, it's about how efficiently it's used.
Right.
So the S25 Ultra learns your usage patterns and it optimizes the power consumption.
Okay.
So if you're someone who mostly uses their phone for browsing and messaging,
Right.
it's going to conserve energy. But if you're a gamer or you're streaming a lot of videos, it'll allocate more power to those activities.
So it's like a smart thermostat for your phone. What are the key takeaways from our deep dive into the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra and the OnePlus 13?
All right, so let's zoom out
Okay.
and look at the big picture. First things first, network compatibility,
Right.
especially for those US listeners.
Yeah.
The OnePlus 13, it's GSM only,
Right.
which means it's not going to work on Verizon Sprint or US Cellular.
It's a deal breaker for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
So the S25 Ultra,
Yeah.
compatible with all carriers.
It is.
So right off the bat, it has a wider reach.
Yes.
But for those who aren't limited by network compatibility,
Right.
what are some of the other things they should be thinking about?
If you are really into photography,
Uh-huh.
the S25 Ultra's camera system is amazing.
Okay.
200 megapixel sensor, incredible detail,
Yeah.
and those zoom capabilities,
They're really impressive.
so impressive.
So for anyone who loves taking pictures
Yes.
or creating content, the S25 Ultra is looking pretty good.
It is.
But does the OnePlus 13 have anything to offer those people?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It does. If you're all about speed, performance, and battery life,
Okay.
the OnePlus 13 is a serious contender. Powerful Snapdragon 8 Elite processor,
Right.
paired with a massive 6,000 milliamp hour battery.
That's a huge battery.
It is.
Yeah.
Multitasking, gaming, all-day use. You are not going to be tethered to a charger.
That's a big plus. So it seems like we have two phones.
Two great phones.
That really excel in different areas.
They do.
The S25 Ultra,
Yes.
kind of the camera king.
That is.
And the OnePlus 13,
Uh-huh.
the performance and battery champ.
A champ. It's like choosing between a master chef and an Olympic athlete.
Wow, that's a great analogy. So if
Yeah.
you want those amazing photos and videos,
Yeah.
S25
Oh,
Ultra, you want that all-day power and performance, OnePlus 13.
OnePlus 13.
And of course, we can't forget about the S Pen
The S Pen.
on the S25 Ultra. That adds a whole other dimension
It does.
to using your phone.
For those creative types
Yeah.
and those productivity enthusiasts,
Note sketching.
controlling presentations.
It's pretty amazing
It is.
what you could do with that thing.
It's very cool.
So it really comes down to
Individual
your individual needs.
needs and preferences.
Exactly. Do you take a lot of pictures?
Do you need a long battery life?
Do you need to be compatible with certain networks?
Think about how you actually use your phone.
Yeah, how to use it on a daily basis.
What features would make your life easier, more enjoyable?
And more productive.
Yes.
And it's important to think about your budget, too.
Yes, budget is important.
The S25 Ultra,
Uh-huh.
it's a flagship phone. Flagship price.
He's got a flagship price tag.
The OnePlus 13
Yeah,
offers incredible value
it does.
for the price.
Mm-hmm.
So finding that balance
Yes,
between features, performance, and price,
that sweet spot.
that's what it's all about. We've given you the information, the insights.
We have.
Now it's time to put on your thinking caps
Yes.
and decide which phone is right for you.
Make that decision.
And remember, there's no right or wrong answer here.
No right or wrong.
It's all about finding the phone
Uh-huh.
that best suits
Your needs.
your individual needs.
And your style.
And your style, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap things up,
Yes,
I want to remind our listeners that we've got some helpful resources in the description below.
we do. To find the latest prices and deals for both the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra and the OnePlus 13, be sure to check out the links in the description below.
And while you're down there,
Yeah.
hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
We are constantly diving deep into the world of tech
Always.
to help you make informed decisions.
That's what we do.
So join the Tech Talk Central family
Yes.
and stay tuned for more exciting deep dives.
More deep dives.
We'll see you in the next one.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.